to us and sharing their own knowledges that can increase our knowledge also. Thank you, sir. The first speaker of this seminar is Sir Asim Iqbal. He is the director of Launch Group, schooling from USA, and he came back to Pakistan before 10 years ago. I invite Sir Asim Iqbal to come forward first.
Where's my FM mic? Alright, let's start over. I got my FM. The way TK, I wasn't feeling well, so I called him and I said, what if I didn't make an excuse and not show up? They said, no, you have to come because everybody's anticipating you for presence. Yeah, but I'm on hardcore antibiotics and some other pills. So just come over and talk about your experiences about entrepreneurship and give lecture to you guys. How many students are here from the last lecture when I was here? Anybody from the last lecture? No one's here, okay. So call me over again, maybe I was halfway okay. I don't know what the student gave evaluations about. But anyway, my name is Asim, and today I'll be talking about some of your entrepreneur experiences and how to go about being an entrepreneur. And I'm sure you guys have already studied in your books about the pros and cons and all the other areas that be covered by this particular subject, entrepreneurship. Well, if you look at it, you can go over the internet and ask Google or any search engine about entrepreneurship. You'll get lots and lots of search engines coming up with lots and lots of websites telling you about the entrepreneurship and how to become one. Do you think you can become entrepreneurship by taking a guidance from Google? Anybody think that? I don't think so. I think the entrepreneurship is just an inborn thing. You cannot be taught entrepreneurship. Either you're born with it or you're not. That's just, maybe it's my view, but this is over the years. Okay. So, it's very important. I think it's pretty brutal truth that, if you don't want to, and I'm not saying that you cannot ever become one entrepreneur because you weren't born with it. I'm sure if you can go over and, look at the ingredients of being an entrepreneur, you can gain one, but this is just one thing that I think that it's important to know that either you have the genes to become an entrepreneur or you have the genes to become, to work for someone who is an entrepreneur. So, but I'm not going to say that's like, it, but that's just one of the concepts, one of the opinion. Another thing I found out very important and very interesting is you are who your friends are. I mean, like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to hang out with an entrepreneur or people with a like-mindedness. Like your friends, are they entrepreneur kind? Are they one who think on the same level as you do? Or, if you hang out with people who are working for someone, the chances are that you might become one of them. So I think it's important who you hang out with and what your friends are. And if you want to become an entrepreneur, you start up with, who people you want to be associated with. And of course, when it comes to entrepreneurship, planning is essential. You want to plan your steps. You want to plan how you want to become one. You want to plan what would be the thing that would make you an entrepreneur. Either will it be the services you would offer, the product you would offer. You have to plan things accordingly. You have to be very disciplined in doing this. If you're not disciplined, even if you start something which is very good, you're probably going to end up ruining it because of, you're not organized, you're not disciplined. So one of the main things, important things is you get disciplined, get organized, and know what you want and how you're going to do it, make a plan out of it. And another thing you can gain a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge from is one person who is an entrepreneur. You hang out with, like, I'm here to share my experience with you guys, and I'm sure that you know other people who are entrepreneurs, and they want to share. Normally they have a lot of time and they would love to share their experience of becoming great. And this is Wala is here to tell you about his entrepreneurial experience. So if you ask somebody who's been there, who's done it, so that way you don't have to spend a lot of time thinking, planning, or you get to cut to the chase, and you will know exactly the core of it, how things are done. And you need to work harder. I don't need to tell you that. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to work really hard to achieve your goals, achieve your targets, and to become very successful. And there are things I read in books where they say you have to have a mentor. I don't know if I pretty much agree with that or not, but I think it's good to have an ideal, a realistic ideal. I mean, I'm not saying that I want to be a Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or somebody, but you might consider somebody you idealize, somebody who's more in your league. You don't want to go out there and make some unreal mentors where you want to become something which is not possible. Take one step at a time, idealize someone, and go with your goal based on that. If one can do it, so can I do it. There is no no's I want to hear. I just want to go out there and perform and do it. So it's good to have an ideal, good to have some focus done, and good to learn from that mentor, and good to just gain from his experience, or that the company's experience, whatever. It's very good to have some kind of mentor if you can. Focus on one. Okay. I'm not too bookish. I don't want to be boring or anything, but anyway, I think tell me if you for us when we share our experience, does this help? I think if somebody go out there and tell you, this is what happened to me last week, and I think it will help you if I tell you how I fixed it. Very good. And entrepreneurship, or for that matter, anything. I mean, if you go out there and you want to look for some shortcuts, you go to YouTube. You write, how this thing is done, how to do this. Well, last week, what I was doing, I was trying to fix something, and I had super glue LP stuck to my hands, and my hands were all sticky. And I was like, how do I get rid of it? And I asked a few people, and they didn't know, so I'm like, what? I'll just ask YouTube. So what I did, I put, how to get rid of super glue from your hand, and boom, more than 100 searches came out. Used the nail polish remover with an acetone, and it was gone. It's such simple things. So when you share something, some good idea, something very good, when you share with people, you become immortal. You become somebody who's going to live forever, and you're not only helping the whole world with your experiences and something that you done, so the other person won't do it. So I think when you talk to some entrepreneurs, when you talk to somebody who's done something, and they will tell you their experiences, chances are they will tell you the stuff that will help you in the future. They will tell you exactly things to avoid, especially, think about it. We're living in this culture, Karachi, Pakistan, or for that matter, this is where we're going to be an entrepreneur, this is where we want to start, and this is where we want to be successful. So, I don't think the books will help us this much. Book will give us the wisdom, the knowledge, the preparation we need. But what happens after you are done with your MBA and you want to be an entrepreneur? What are you going to do? You go out there and you think you're going to apply the book and you become an entrepreneur? I don't think so, right? You need to do your homework. And tell me what kind of hurdles you can face here in Karachi. Anybody, tell me any hurdles. If you want to start your business, what do you do first?
Finance.
Finance, very good, man. But before that, you're going to plan something. What are you going to offer, right?
Sir, business plan.
Business plan, like last week I discussed. Very good. So these days, after you plan it, you want to execute this. Now you want to start your business. Now you want to become an entrepreneur. You go out there and you maybe get a shop, or maybe get an ad, a forum, a blog, or maybe the easiest probably place is to Facebook, right? You can put an ad there. But again, you will have a lot of hurdles. Oh, I couldn't check my email, my server was down, or net wasn't there. Small hurdle, but it's there. It's present. So the obstacles you will be dealing with. Because you live in this culture, you survive in this culture, and you probably know, if I have a brand new machine and no electricity, I ain't going to be able to run it. So you're going to come up with the backups.